Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
Hi there. I have to change my name.
Good morning, Sarika.
Hi,
Morning,
Sarika.
Sarika.
Good morning, Preet. So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Wonderful. My Zoom was just not launching. I was like, start meeting, start meeting. It would say the pop up the window, but nothing would happen. So I just used the meeting ID to log in. Okay, let me see. How's everybody doing?
Good. I think we are all waiting to hear from you. Like, what did you do, and how are those 10 days? And
It was very, very amazing in some ways, challenging in other ways. Really tests you out and strengthens your core. But yeah, I actually have a whole slide deck prepared because there were so many good things that I learned. And it's a Buddhist practice, basically, the original Buddhist practice, so to say, that Buddha attained nirvana in India. And so I cannot participate, but would love to listen. Yeah, sure, Nicole. Don't worry, keep camera off, it's fine. Hi, Ruchi. Hi, Ritika. So good to see you guys.
Hi. Same here.
Okay. So yeah, so let me give you a little bit of brief background about this Vipassana practice. Let me see if I have all my ducks in the row. Okay, so yeah, so basically what I learned was that Buddha attained, he was a king's son and everything, but from his from his many past lives, he had been working on this path, and it was in this lifetime that he attained enlightenment or nirvana. So he was born to a king, and he always was very inquisitive about suffering, like why do people suffer? And his parents had somebody had told them that he would go on that path, so they would always keep him very enclosed in a safe kingdom environment where he would not see any death or people who are sick or people who are suffering. But since he was a child, like he would sit under a tree and meditate automatically without nobody ever instructing him and things like that. And he then I think when he was a little older, he left his home and went on his path to learn, like, who am I and what is it about? And so he left his home and he went to various teachers, learned various techniques, but his answer about like why are we suffering, why are people suffering, was not answered. So one day he sat under a bodhi tree, and somehow he and bodhi tree had some connection. I think he was born under a bodhi tree, he attained nirvana under a bodhi tree, he died also under a bodhi tree. So they were like, so the tree had something to do with his whole lifetime connection. And he sat down in that meditation one day and he said, I will not get up until I find out what is it, like how can we get out of it. And they say that he sat like overnight for like more than 12-15 hours, and he went into deeper, like, so in his consciousness, when he went deep, kept going in until he reached the cellular level, and he was seeing how things are, working out internally within. So what he understood was that our whole internal system of a body, from our brain to each of our cells, are all functioning based on our five senses. So all the five senses, what we see, what we feel, what we what we hear, what we taste, all the five senses are giving inputs to our body that this is good, this is not good, what is going on. And that's how there are chemical reactions happening in the body. So, and that's how the body is deciding, or internally, your brain is deciding what's the next moment to come, or what's the life has to be, or what's the, which path you will go, basically. So he said, oh, I got it. So it's all the internal, so if I can train my mind to not react to something, like my old patterns of my brain functioning will probably change. So I'm like very high level surface, I'm telling all of this, but this was the crux of it, that basically we are always reacting to it, not even knowingly. Like our skin, our 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 senses are giving those inputs, and internally each and every cell of the body is reacting to that sense and saying, oh, this is not good. That's what more of it is showing up in our life. So how we are reacting to it. So that's a very high level, but I'll go into like what they say. And so Vipassana basically meant to see things as they are, not good, not bad. These are the definitions that we are putting to things, that this is good or this is bad, but it is what it is. So just to see things as they are. It's a logical process of mental refinement through self-observation. So the whole technique was just observing your own body, each and every cell, and they train you through bit by bit every day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and I'll go into that, like what were the everyday like. But yeah, it's all about self-observation, observing how your body is reacting to different, what are the different sensations going on in the body, any input that comes in. Vipassana enables us to experience inner peace, definitely, because I think it was like 12 hours of meditation sessions each day. So in that 12 hours, and I'll share this timetable that they had. In those 12 hours, it was maybe 6 hours were mandatory for everyone to be in the group sitting, participate with everyone, but rest of the hours were like, okay, it's flexible, you can be meditating or practicing in your own room. So it's not 100% that you have to be there. Like we used to wake up 4 o'clock, 4:30 used to be a meditation session, but 4:30 to around 5:30 or 6, it would be like you can be in your room. But first few days I was there, that no, I want to understand this. So 4:30 I used to be there in their hall. But towards the later end, like day 8 and 9 and 10, I was like, no, I want to be in my peace of my room, because it used to be noisy in there because somebody's coughing, somebody's doing something, and then you get distracted. So that inner peace was definitely there. Like by the day 8, 9, and 10, the meditations were so deep. They went like, yeah. So it purifies the mind. Because you're constantly on a lookout. What is your mind thinking? What is your mind doing? So, and somehow in a subtle way, the wisdom arises from internal. Like, why am I thinking about this situation in this way? What's the big deal about it? So when, and this is something that Goenka ji, he's Goenka ji, and he was the one who was throughout his videos and through his training, like his audios and videos were playing. So he would constantly say that we all have wisdom in us, each one of us. It's just that with the noise of the world, we somehow get disconnected from that wisdom. So when we sit in that silence and go deep internal, that wisdom or that wise voice inside us just comes through and guides us through. It's a matter of quieting the mind and listening to that voice, right? Freeing it from suffering and deep-seated cause of suffering. So that was like when you pay attention to each sensation. I'll go into more into that. So how do they do that? So this practice leads step by step into the higher spiritual goal of full liberation from all mental defilements. Yeah. So step by step, yes, absolutely. Every day you're making progress. There's something next, there's something next. And the days were really frustrating because I used to feel today I did not make any progress. I was just so hard on myself on few days. I was like a go-getter and achiever. I need to knock this down. And 2 days passed, I'm just still here, and moving on to the next technique. I haven't nailed this down. So yeah, but they have created the whole process so beautifully that your body and mind gets trained if you keep up with it. If you do the hard work, definitely. The kind of focus I achieved there was like, you're just supposed to breathe and observe your breathing and breathe in, breathe out, and you have to feel that breath here. First 3 days, I was feeling nothing. And the fourth day it came and I was like super delighted. Yeah, I'm able to feel that breath. I'm able to stay for all the 12 hours right here. My mind did not wander, but first 3 days were a struggle. So, and it, in the starting, he used to say that you will feel the sensations in your body all throughout. And I was like, really, will that happen? Will this happen? And by day 8, 9, 10, they were like tingling all over my body, even in my fingertips that I could feel. So I definitely feel that, yeah, they've created those step by step, really nice, and they train you and take you there. And they speak a lot about liberation, nirvana, self-realization, and we'll go there. So any questions so far?
Hey Sarika, so would you say it was mostly guided, or they just tell you something and then they let you just keep doing it?
Yeah, it was mostly practice. They tell you, they give you the instructions on how to do it, and then it would be mostly you doing it yourself, and there would be full silence, like no music, nothing, you just with your body and your breath and your observation. So in that sense, it was little difficult because, in long 3-4 hour session, they start with some instruction and then the instructions fade away and then you just, and then you get, okay, what was I doing? Come back to the breath. Okay, this is what I have to do. And sometimes I used to get like really frustrated, like 3 hours of just observing the breath, this is too much. This is what I sign up for. But it's your mind chatter and you just get over it. It's and the way Goenkaji says is, when you start on the path for liberation or whatever, so the role of Maya is to keep you bounded in this realm. It doesn't want you to liberate. So it will keep you busy and it will bring you circumstances or, so in Christianity, they say it's a devil or a Satan that keeps you bounded here and doesn't want to, so, and that's kind of comes, some kind of sets in when you start observing your breath and when you start practicing. So yeah, after hour, 2 hour, you'll say, okay, first few days, it's very hard to focus. I was like, every 5 minutes, I would wander off and then I would like, no, come back. But yeah. Go ahead, Shika.
Yeah. So I want to know that can anybody have this retreat, or it is because since like you've been doing it for a long time and you've been meditating for a long while and all, but then somebody, maybe people like me or people like many others in the group who like just started, or who really cannot focus or cannot meditate for a long time, do you think this session, this retreat could is for them also, like people who are novice, who are pretty new?
Yeah, I actually think this is a great start. It's like a crash course in meditation. So a lot of things I learned and I heard and I practiced. I was like, man, it took me 10 years to come here of practice and understanding and learning. And here is like a crash course of everything I've learned. So definitely it's a good start. And it's like, it's not only reading and listening, it's a lot of practice. So you get to practice that. So but for a newbie, like I know there was this little girl, and she was Indian, and she was coming here for the first time because she and her friend had signed up for a challenge with another friend, and but she would skip most of the sessions. She would come in only for the very mandatory ones, and I felt like she would leave on day 2 or 3, but she stick through the whole thing. And towards the end, she did say that she thought that she could never ever meditate, but there were moments like she went very deep inside and she felt like all is well, we are all taken care of, and the kind of feeling of oneness. Or yeah, so I definitely feel that newbies would definitely benefit from it, but it will be challenging, in the sense that sitting for those long hours and and saying that, like, I think if you have a strong determination, yeah. So I met like a girl who was doing it for the third time, and first of all, most of the population was very young. Everybody was 30 and less, which I was surprised to see. There were so many youngsters. Indians, maybe 25 females, 25 males, and 5 Indians, and rest, they were all mixed. A lot of Asians, and Asians were there, like, who have been doing it for years. They were like Chinese Buddhist monks. They were like normal looking like us, but they would sit for 12 hours without moving in that pose, meditation pose, for just not even fidgeting for once. And I was like, you guys are like monks. How do you do that? And towards the end, when we started talking, I asked them, and they told me a technique to sit on your sit bones. So they said that, we have sit bones in our, so you have to make your posture like sit on top of them, and then keep your spine erect and your head balanced, not too aage, not too piche. And they taught me this. And I was like, man, I need to practice this, because maximum my limit was 2 hours to sit without fidgeting or moving. But then after that, my legs would start sleeping and I would start stretching them out. But there were some people who've been doing every year since 2001. And you could see a different aura on their face, the way they walk, the way they spoke. There was a different kind of a grace around them. So yeah. So would you say meditating for longer, like couple hours, is more effective than doing for 10, 20 minutes? So whenever I practice meditation, sometimes I'm going deep, but then ऐसा लगता है 1 घंटे का time बहुत जल्दी चला गया for me. Like, I've been now practicing, and there are times when I wish कि, because there are kids, there are scheduled, you have to take care of things, that I had some more time to go more deeper and see, can I go myself more deeper? So when I go to retreats, I'm able to reach more deeper piece of silence, or that piece. So what is effective, what is not effective is relative. 10-20 minutes daily, bringing yourself back to balance before you start your day, or when you are off balance during the day, is good practice. But once you taste longer hours of meditation, then you would know the value of that. I wouldn't say that you need to do 12 hours. I think even 1 hour or 2 hour. Yeah, but this was literally like a training camp. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Sarika.
Cool. Anything else?
So
Sarika, one
was
question.
it completely,
go ahead.
sorry, Preet, go ahead, please.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to ask you one quick question. For sitting arrangement, is it like mandatory for everybody to sit on the floor on the cushions, or do they have chairs or anything like that for people who might have back issues and anything like that?
Yeah, good question. They put everybody on floor first time, and then you have to request the teacher. So there's a male teacher, there's a female teacher, and you have to make a request. They would not approve for everyone, but like few days back before I went for this, I had a shoulder sprain. So I was wearing my brace on my belt and everything. So they could literally see it. So I was like, can I get a chair? And it was the best thing to ask for a chair. Older people were there, and they asked for a chair and they got it. Some of the younger folks also got it. So you have to request early on. Maybe I would say is when you're applying for this, there are special instructions or considerations you applied there that I would need a chair. So what you will have is you will have chair as well as a floor cushion then, and you can switch. They say when you are in a meditation or when everybody's in a group sitting, don't do that. Do it after or before. So you can either go on the floor or on the chair. But I love the chair because on the chair, I could sit cross-legged and be there. And when my legs would be this thing, I could put them down. So I definitely felt I had an advantage.
Okay, so I just want to know that, was it a completely silent retreat? Like you did not speak at all for 10 days?
Yeah, I actually
Like
felt
nothing at all? Like,
yeah, you were not even supposed to make eye contact or say like, or do anything. So, and I felt that would be my reason if I have to ever leave it and come back. And I thought कि दो चीजें थी जो मेरे को लग रही थी, like 2 things that will be my most difficult points, that not talking to anyone and device or phone or, but I was so relieved without the phone. I was so happy. I did not miss it at all. I did not miss talking to people. I was fine. And because the schedule is so busy, you're always inside your mind. You're always inside your own self, that you don't, there used to be times like when, so there were apartments. So let me go here. What's there? Okay. I had some story. Okay, let me come back to the logistics and all. Ritika, you had a question?
Somebody posted your day-to-day, what else was in the day? So yeah.
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I'll
Never-
go.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me talk a little bit about Satyanarayan Goenka ji. He was born in Burma in an Indian family, and a very rich guy. He was a very successful businessman, and very popular in Burma, in the sense, Sanatan Dharm ke vice president, like that, and then many other associations head of this, close to the prime minister of Burma and other, so very rich and successful. And when I think he was around 20s or something, he started having a migraine, and that migraine would not go away. So doctors, they started giving him morphine injections to numb down the pain, and he said that he would only be able to survive like with the morphine injections. But then morphine was becoming addictive, and it was like either the migraine will kill him or the morphine will kill him. So it became like that situation. So because he was rich and affluent, so he said that he left Burma, and he thought that this is the environment and everything. He moved to Japan for a few years, then he moved to Switzerland, then he moved to UK, America. He tried staying in different countries, but nothing would take his migraine away. So he came back. And when he came back, I think one of his friends or somebody very affluent, like maybe the prime minister of Burma or somebody, so they told him that now that you have tried everything, why don't you try Vipassana? So in my previous slide, when I was talking that Vipassana was originally founded by Buddha, it got, so Buddha was helping others learn this technique, and it's called Dhamma. Dhamma is a Pali term. So they use a lot of Pali and Sanskrit words. So Dhamma is a Pali term. Dhamma means dharma in India, in Sanskrit, that you can say. So he was giving Dhamma to people and everybody. And there came a time when Ashoka was the king, and Ashok learned about this technique, and he made everybody learn about this technique. And then he started assigning people and monks, selecting them, and started spreading them out. He said that you need to take this technique to different parts of the world. So the teachers who were trained, different monks, they went to different countries. And somehow Buddha had predicted that so this technique will get lost from India, and after 2,500 years it will come back to India. So it happened when Buddha passed away, and then this technique was being taught by different teachers. Many variations of this technique came. Teachers became lenient कि हाँ ये मत करो ऐसे कर लो और इसको ऐसे modify कर देते हैं or something. So the original technique got lost, except in Burma. So Burma, this teacher was there who came from the lineage of Buddha's original technique, and then he went to Burma, and his teacher told him that Buddha predicted that Burma will be the only place where it will be kept safe. So you have to make sure that this is the original technique that you teach, and everybody stays up with it. So different teachers had passed on to him, and then this is Uba Khin, who was the teacher of Goenka ji, and from him it came to Goenka ji. So Goenka ji, when he was having migraines and everything, he went to Uba Khin, and he was, as he says, that I was rich, affluent, and everything, and I was big in my head, like I am so and so, I've done so and so, and I know so and so, मैंने Vedas पढ़े हुए हैं, Upanishads पढ़े हैं, and I know this is all the things that you teach. So he said कि I was not humble down to come to his level, and so he's told Uba Khin कि मुझे अपना migraine ठीक करना है बस. So Uba Khin actually initially sent him that I cannot teach you. मैं तुम्हें यहाँ पे दुनिया के like I'm giving you a technique to get rid of all your sufferings, and you're just considering this for your migraine, go to a doctor. He said, no, I've tried the doctors, and he humbled down. Then Uba Khin kind of समझाया उनको क्या है क्या नहीं, and then he went on that path. So when he started his first course, in 2 days he left. He was about to leave. He was like, this is too much. What is this? I'm just observing my breath, nothing is happening, मेरी तो body ठीक नहीं हो रही, और मेरा migraine नहीं जा रहा. So he said that उस time पर उनके साथ एक और teacher थी who was doing the course, and she was Burma की किसी university की high professor थी. So she said that you were feeling the sensations on the first day, you're really gifted, you can be a very good meditator, so why don't you stick around for 2 more days? Just try it, don't give up so fast. And he said, I'm very thankful to her that she did that, and he stayed. He said, okay, let me just stay a little more. So, and not only his migraines were gone, like he was able to have many more realizations, and he dedicated his life. So for 14 years, he taught this technique with Uba Khin in his center, along with his business and all. And then later on, what happened was I think after 14, 15 years, his mom went to India, and his mom got cancer. So he took permission from the government and all. Us time pe passport ke kuch lafde the or something. So he went to India, and he said, I will teach my mom. And so when he reached India, his mom had gathered a whole lot of clan, all the relatives and all that. He said there were like 14, 15 people, and he started teaching them. He went to India for 3 months. And he said in that 3 months, he did like 10, 15 sessions of this training for 2 different people. And slowly the demand was so much increasing. People would say, एक और center यहाँ पे हमारा घर है, हमारे घर पे use कर लो or something. And sometimes somebody from the holy men, like from temples would come, or somebody from churches, some priest would come. So he said very different kind of people started coming in, and he started seeing that there's a demand growing, and it was just so much that people started asking him to come over. And when he went back to Burma, he told his teacher, then his teacher said that Buddha had made a prediction that 2,500 years later, this technique will go back to India. And the year that you came to me for healing was the 2500 year. So maybe this is the time, and you have to do this. So, and he said that, okay, if I have to do this, I have to make it free, 100% free of cost. So all this is all 100% free, 10 days of lodging free, 10 days of food free. People are serving you, everything is free. They don't charge a dime. If after that you feel like donating, you can donate through service, through money, whatever. But yeah, so, as you can see, it just caught fire. There are so many locations around US, around the world. And yeah, and to scale up, he started recording his sessions, and that could be played, so that, so and they're still using those recordings. Cool. Any questions so far? Okay, so this was my center, very beautiful. These were the cabins. Each cabin had like 3 rooms, 2 bathrooms. So rooms were tiny. They give you a bed and this thing, they ask you to bring your own bed sheet, your own pillow cover, your razai, but they have a lot of plenty washed stuff in case if somebody doesn't have, like I borrowed a blanket because my blanket was cold. It started snowing there. So yeah. But they have a lot of abundant supplies. This is the meditation hall. Looks spaced out, but we were more closer, double the size of this. So we were not allowed to take pictures. These are the pictures. First day आपके पास phone होता है, and the last day होता है. And I was so busy on both the days that I took these pictures from friends who took pictures or from internet. So yeah. In California, they say North Fork Center is the best and the most beautiful center. It has a golden dome on top, and the whole facility is very fine. I have 3 friends who have done this, and they were like very surprised. Why are you going to Kelsey? We go to North Fork. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I just want to go learn the technique. So, but this one was very, very beautiful. I was like, if this is so beautiful and nice, I wonder how would North Fork be. So behind these cabins, there were woods, and I would very often go to the woods for walk, or because there was no other exercise. So yeah. Cool. That's our daily timetable. So 4 a.m. you wake up, they do a bell thing, but they give you alarm clocks in each room. Put your own alarm clock. First few days I was waking up at 3:30 a.m. I don't know why my mind was not able to sleep. I was like, I have to get ready for this session. You know, so, but it was just my overworked mind. But 2 days later, I was like, we to 4:30 baje jana hai, 4:15 pe uthungi. So yeah. So this is meditation in the meditation hall or at your own place. They give you breakfast. Breakfast is very light: toast, milk, coffee, oatmeal. I felt the breakfast was very boring. I would only have just a toast. But apart from that, yeah. The first, second day, third day, you don't even feel hungry. Like you're like, should I skip breakfast? But it's just that, oh, I'll get to see people and I'll get to see new faces. That used to be my only reason to go. Then 8 to 9 a.m. was a group meditation mandatory session. Everybody does it together. Then again, they say it's optional that you can go back to your room, but I would stay there sometimes. Sometimes I would leave. Then there's lunch. Lunch used to be so yummy and all holistic, organic food, everyday new menu. And they would have desserts as well. So, and I would, every time I would eat lunch, I would think I could just come back here for food. I mean, it was so good. Rest and interviews with teacher. Then you have 1 hour where you have to sign up. They have a board where you can write your name that I want to talk to teacher, and you get like 10 minutes with the teacher. And you can bring up questions, aisa ho raha hai, theek hai, nahi ho raha, ye ho raha, it's challenging, whatever you want to talk about, you can talk to her. Yeah, meditate, and then again meditation in your own place, again meditation time. Then there's a group meditation time. Then again meditation. Then there's a tea break. Tea break would be very simple, nimbu pani or banana or apple or coffee or something. So the older students cannot have a tea break. They were like, only stick to nimbu pani. But for newer students, they said you can have a fruit. Yeah. This was another thing that I thought, that I'm a big foodie and I thought food would be my, this thing, but I did not feel hungry at all. I think I was not even moving a muscle, like, or my brain was very centered or something. So I did not miss food part. I could only live on lunch there. And I was like, oh, I can make this my lifestyle. Like going back home, I'll just eat lunch, but that didn't happen. The first day I came, I ate 3 meals and I was happy. Yeah. Yeah, and there were then discourses in the evening, 7 to 8. There were discourses where they play videos of Goenkaji, and they were the most fun part, because he 1 hour, like 1 hour 15 minutes, he would talk, and he's a storyteller, and he's so cute and adorable, and I can't tell you, like, if you will fall in love with him for sure. He would tell about the practice, about experiences, about examples of his throughout his journey, people he met and other stories, and in general about Buddha stories and other things. So I love discourses. There was one day when I was so annoyed. I think it was my most challenging days were day 3 and day 6. And day 6, I was sitting in the discourse and I was like, oh my God, this guy starts the same thing again. Ye to kal hi bataya tha, aaj kyun fir se sunna hai? And I was so bored and sitting, and I was like, yawning and let me go. And then I just came to the observation, why am I reacting so much? There is his wife sitting next to him who must have heard these courses 1,300 times. And she's sitting so peacefully without even, up. So if I'm not enjoying that, just go internal and do some meditation. You don't have to react. And the moment I caught myself, I was like, this practice works. So yeah. So that was the whole things about the daily timetable. The pros and cons: facility was excellent, basic but comfortable, abundant supplies, like from cleaning supplies to agar aap shampoo bhul gaye, brush bhul gaye, whatever you need, they'll give you. They say that bring your own, because it might not be the same brand that you may like, but they just, they got you covered. Volunteers were super nice people, everybody. Food, as I said, I would just go back for food again. Location was beautiful, especially the day it snowed. Just standing there and observing the whole, there was a lot of land filled up with snow and sun coming out. It was so beautiful. Timetable is busy. They keep you busy. for sure, that you don't miss talking to people. Or yeah, technology detox was my biggest plus on this. Did not miss. Noble silence. So yeah, noble silence was another plus. And they say that noble silence is not just speech, it's body and mind. Doing actions or something, and then silencing your mind as well, which is what this training is. I've actually sneaked in two books I took for my own, and one book I borrowed from there. They said no books allowed, no journaling allowed. But I was like, what if I go nuts? What will I do? So I took Bhagavad Gita, and I took Autobiography of a Yogi. And Bhagavad Gita was on my reading list for many years. Like I would read one chapter distracted here and there. But I think that was the best book I took, because first of all, every day I would come and I would randomly open, okay, this chapter I'll read. And there was synchronicity, like that was the discourse about that chapter. Like the Goenka ji would have talked about equanimity. Don't look plus and minus, or this is good or bad. Try to be equanimous. And that whole chapter in Bhagavad Gita I would be reading about would be about equanimity. And I'm like, this is the coincidence that he would be talking about karma one day, and I would be reading the whole chapter about karma. So I think that was a perfect book for this. So I finished that. I read a little bit of Autobiography of a Yogi because I'd read it in the past, and I was just needing change. So I would read that sometimes. And then there was this book, actually it's right here, Art of Dying by Goenka ji. They have a small bookstall. So last day I borrowed this book from them that I'll return it to next morning. But I forgot to return it. It just came with me. So anybody who goes there next can take this book back. Yeah, and then they learn to master your mind and emotions. That was a big one, learning, practicing and learning it. So Goenka ji says one thing that about learning is, he says you can read about swimming, you can talk about swimming, but till you actually go in the water and start swimming is when you will get to the other shore. So we can talk about whatever, but when we have to sit and meditate. So that was this was a swimming class where you actually learn to swim. Experiencing the monk life. Yeah. And that's his intention with making it all free, is so that people get to experience the monk life for a short time. Monks don't have jobs, and so they go door to door asking for food, and they have to be humble. Whatever people give, they will eat. They have to be dependent on society as such. So he said that initially, when there were debates about making it free or not free, initially they made it charging. Like they used to charge some money, because when they were scaling up in each country, they were like, okay, is location ko secure karne ka itna paisa hai, so let's just, not for the teaching, but for the logistics, let's just take some charge. And he said that something happens with the ego, is like when you're paying, you come up with that notion that I am giving this money, so I deserve better this, better that. So he said that then very quickly we realized that we should not be doing this, and he made everything free. So I think they did it for a year, but then they changed everything to free, because when you're not paying anything, when people are giving you or serving you, you come with that humbleness that I accept this as is. Yeah. Insights into my hunger patterns. That, yeah, I actually eat just because I'm bored or something to keep me busy, but my body's not hungry. So it has slightly changed my eating behavior and snacking behavior back at home now, but I don't know how long it'll last. A lot of time for self-reflection. That was, of course, and 100% free of cost. So those were my pros. And the cons, meal times were super boring. I hated the meal times because we used to take the plate and sitting the wall. Our seats used to have our name plates. So I would go take my plate, fill up, and sit next to the wall, watching the wall and eating my food. And that was like, I hated it. It was like a jail. I would try to make contact with the person next to me, like maybe she'll give me a smile, but she was also looking at just eating food. And at the end of the 10 days, we all put all the tables together and we all sat down in one big circle, and we were like, man, we missed each other so much. So that was really a bad part. Zero contact with family. There were times, especially it was my birthday when I was there, and I was like, I wish I could just send a text message. Is everybody doing fine? Or I hope everybody is okay. There are no emergencies. Like, how do I know? So that was one thing. Like one day on my birthday, I asked somebody, can I make a quick phone call? And they were like, no, you have to wait till tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I hope Mohit must have called here and asked, I'm okay. Maybe if he's worried. So everything is through video recording, and the teachers were, just sitting there. So there are 2 teachers appointed. So male and female sides are separated. From the day one to come in, there's a big wall that they create in the kitchen that you cannot see guys and guys cannot see girls. In the meditation hall, everybody's together. There's a male teacher and there's a female teacher. So I felt that they were really not needed. Everything was through audio and video, but they were there to make sure that किसी को कुछ problem है or anything else. So just to maintain the logistics. And teachers' interactions, every time I went and asked a question or something, it was very scripted. Yes, it will come, it will happen. Like I felt like, no, you're not interacting. So I want to talk to you about this. So let's go deep into this. They would be like, yeah, you just have to observe like whatever Goenka ji would have said, they would just stick to that. So nothing else. So I felt, yeah, that was a little boring. Any questions here?
Good God, I have one.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Sarika, basically, is it that you're just by yourself? You don't talk to anyone there?
Pretty much.
Even like, not even like food breaks and stuff?
Oh, you can. You can. There's a course manager. There is a course manager who is also a meditator with you, but they are volunteering. So they have been assigned and they are poor souls. They're so busy. They have to listen to teachers. They have to listen to students. They have to provide everything. So if I had to chat, like I would sometimes go to her, is this your first time? Are you enjoying this? And she would be interested in talking too. So yeah, you can talk. And there are roommates, like, so in my apartment, there were like 3 other rooms and we were all different. We had our own individual rooms. So if you want, you can say, talk to them, but nobody was interested. I was not interested. So we never spoke. We just spoke about cleaning duties because you have to clean bathroom, your own this thing. So I would sign up and I would talk to her like, I see you have signed up for that, but I'd already cleaned up today. So she's like, oh, okay, I did not know. Brief, very brief.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the goal is that you don't go and ask like, how are your meditations going? Oh, you're feeling the sensation? Oh, I'm not feeling the sensation. Then you beat yourself more. So that's the goal, that you don't interact about the practice.
Okay. You made it.
Yeah, I made it.
You made it. Good to hear, Sarika. So how would you think that, would you go again?
Yeah, I have, now that I've done it once, I can go there for serving. And I think serving would be my sweet spot, where I can be in the kitchen helping or any other place doing things and helping and still be able to attend the, the group sessions. So it would not be mandatory for me to do this in your own place, like the bigger slots. I will be serving during these times. And when you're serving in the kitchen, there is interaction. And so people said that the most fun thing is serving. And it's not that you have to be in silence when you're in the kitchen. And they said, we had so much fun because you meet the most coolest of people from all walks of life. And they will tell you stories about their journeys or meditation and experiences. And those are fun things. So,
and you are living in such a beautiful location for those many days, right?
Yeah. And another thing I learned is like serving don't have to be for 10 days. I can just say I can volunteer for 2 days. I can go any weekend and I say I'll do it only for Saturday and Sunday. So I don't have to take work off for 10 days. And that was my biggest thing. Ki 15 din ki to chutti milti hai, usme main 10 din yahan nikal diye. What do I left with? So yeah.
But for the first time, they don't allow you serving. There's no option of doing.
You have to learn the technique. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have 3-day courses as well, only 3-day or smaller courses. And there's a new facility coming up in Gilroy on Mount Madonna near. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So if that comes, I'm like, oh, I could just do a 3-day course there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh my God. I
Hmm.
would love that. I hope that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, they are coming. Yeah, they're bringing in. So
I was going to ask, 10 days seems like, oh my gosh, leaving work, leaving everything. But then I see there is no dinner.
there's no dinner. There's only tea break, only
Did
fruit,
you,
kela, yeah, apple, whatever.
oh my God. So did you get used to it? How are you doing now? Do you
First day I was like, no, I need to eat because I'll be hungry. I am used to it. मैंने पहले दिन खाया, मन नहीं था, फिर भी खाया. Second day जाकर थोड़ा कम खाया, चल half केला खा लेती. Third day तो फिर मन ही नहीं करता था. Like, I don't want to eat. Like fruit at this time, nah, I don't want to eat. So I don't know. I just got over it. I did not feel hungry. In all honesty, lunch is the all thing, everything I cared for. Apart from that, everything was like, I really don't need to. So yeah.
So how about now? When you came back home, do you need
तो बन
dinner?
रहा है खाना. I have to make food, so I'm eating. Mohit is making food, I'm eating. Yeah.
I think I would love that part. I feel I eat too much more than what my body needs.
Yeah. But definitely, I'm not overeating like now. I'm very I've become like, yeah, mindful. So we have a few minutes left and I'm way overboard. So, okay, let me go into techniques. So 3 techniques taught: Anapana, Vipassana, and Metta. Anapana is mindfulness of breathing. First 4 days, we were just observing a breath in, out, and you don't have to go all the way in. It's just like in, out. You have to, he just said that feel the sensations here. First 3 days, it was null for me. I was super disappointed. 2 दिन हो गए हैं कुछ कर, मतलब यहाँ पे feel नहीं हो रहा. और पता है जब मैं, he would start with his discourses, I would see at his face, I'm like, he has like Hanumanji face, like, he has a protruding upper lip, and of course he's feeling the breath here because the air is going out, but this thing is little inside and I'm not feeling any air here. What do I do? So this so yeah, I was not feeling for 3 days, and every third day was my most saddest day. I was like, I've ruined 10 days. I've wasted my birthday week here. What am I thinking? I don't value my family. And this is what I'm here for. मैंने कुछ ज़्यादा ही बना लिया है, meditation इतना क्या था, ये था. So then the 4th day, it was all good. It came back. I was like, I'm feeling this. And I did not fidget for a second. Every time I would meditate, I would sit here. And somehow in my mind, there was an image going of knife becoming sharper knife is becoming sharper. And I'm like, what's going on? But it was like, yeah, the focus was getting so sharpened that it would not go anywhere. And then on the day 4th night in that discourse, he introduces now new technique called Vipassana. And day 5 was like, man, again. So Vipassana was insights into the true nature of reality through sensations in the body. So go each bit by bit start from your head, face, eyes, ears, everything bit by bit, and observe the sensations without moving. And it's like, if you have to sit still, you'll notice there's this scratch here. There is this itch here. There is this chuckle here. There is this some sensation, this slight pain. And you start observing all of that in your body. So you feel those senses so deeply. And I was, so my frustration came that I would sit and it would be almost 1 hour time and I would not be able to reach till my knees. I was like, 1 घंटे से मैं अब तक knees पे ही नहीं आ पाई हूँ. Like, what the heck? And oh no, every time I would start from my head to my shoulders पे पहुंची, and I'm distracted in the la la land. I have to tell this, I have to do this, and you guys were big on my mind. ये मुझे presentation में डालना है. So then I'm like, damn it, I just want to keep everything aside, come back, start again. And then again, I would be stuck. So day 5 was frustrating for me. And I was like, एक चीज अभी nail down करी, अभी दूसरी चीज आ गई है. So Vipassana was very beautiful. 6th day, I made little progress. 7th day, I was almost nailing it. 8th day, 9th day, and 10th day I killed it. And I was feeling tingling, like from face. It used to become like scan of the body. From top to bottom to your toes, and from toes to your top. And I was like, man, I got this. Like, I would just start imagining like a line figure, like circle, line, go arms, go legs, go back, up, And the moment I would think about something, like, okay, go there, I could start feeling tingles. And those tingles were cool sensations all throughout my body. So that was big one. Yeah. And then the last day he taught about how to expand this, like something that we do in our Trinity meditation. So I found like this was similar to Trinity meditation when we do like a wash scan of our body. And metta was like when we go and bless the whole earth, right? In our Trinity meditation. So this was very much similar to that. But the whole crux here was, may the benefits of this meditation be spread out to everybody who exists. So basically the merits of that, you're spreading, you're giving, passing on love, peace, and harmony to everybody. And Goenka said that the Guru Dakshina would be this: every time you do this meditation, you do metta, you're passing that love and compassion to everybody. And I am included in one of those beings. I will get that love and compassion. So I found that very cool. So I had a lot of more things to say, and I'm way over time. Let's see. Okay, gradual process. Yeah, one day is up, one day is down. When you make an error, smile, learn from it. Like after 2 days of constantly struggling with my mind, I was like, there I go again. I lost my track. Let's start again. So I would do that. That comes naturally after 2 days of struggle. Common to practice: agitation, boredom, mind wandering, feeling disheartened, not making progress. Was all very common. In the end, we connected with a lot of people, and people who were doing it the second time or third time, they said like, I was constantly comparing to my first experience. कि पहली बार में तो ऐसा हुआ था, अब नहीं हो रहा. So it's all part and package of it. Recognize the patterns of mind and accept that everything is every experience is impermanent. And this is the gyan that Goenka ji would say, was like everything is impermanent, and the suffering comes when we attach to that. We crave for the good times. Ye to bahut acha tha, and we attach to that, but know that everything is permanent. Good times will come and they'll not last, and bad times will come and they will not last. So nothing lasts forever. Everything is come and go. Everything will come and go. And so just become an observer. Observe it. What is it making me do? What are the feelings coming in? And reflect on that. And without any, with equanimity. Equanimity is a word he used a lot, without seeing that this is bad or this is good. So reflect on your attachments, that these are the cravings and aversions. Cravings, I'm craving for that good time or something. And aversions, I don't like this, I don't want to this, and I want to get this to change as soon as it can. And something happened when we were observing this, and he would say that you would start feeling in your body, like when there is something good or good thought or anything, this thing, you would feel that good tingling sensation because your body is giving, oh, this is a good memory or something. And the moment some bad thing comes, it would pins in something will feel. So it's a very sensing exercise, that you become in tune with your body. And this is something I've also learned through my own journey of meditation, is our body stores emotions and feelings and past trauma, not only from here, from the past. And we've spoken about this a couple of times. So in the past few years since I've been meditating, I can feel something in my throat when there's a emotion or something, I can feel something in so I mostly used to feel it in my chakras. Like I can feel it in my gut, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, thanks Gunjan, bye. But this here, the feelings were most likely on your skin level, on your body level, on your sensations level. And that was another level. And 2 days back, my kids were fighting and I was just sitting. I try to meditate like anywhere so that I don't have to carve a time out. So I was sitting in the living room and closing my eyes and sitting and meditating, and they were fighting in the background. And the moment I paid attention to that, and I was trying to, okay, let me use this as an opportunity and see what I'm feeling in my body. And I could feel some tingles up my spine and my shoulders were becoming stiff. And I could feel that how that stress is coming in. And I was like, that's how my body is reacting to it. It's cool, it will pass. And yeah, so that's another thing, new thing that has added to my, this thing. So free flow of energy throughout the body, blissful chills that I felt. So they say that it's a method of self-transformation through self-observation. So self-transformation, transforming your mindset, your thoughts, your how you are approaching to those cravings or aversions, through self-observation. And this is what I felt I have also been doing it in the past, but did not do it with self-observation. I did it from self-inquiry. So I've always inquired, like, if this is making me feel this way, what is going on? And I found that some similarities there. Yeah, they're talking about self-observation, and this was more on a physical level observation, physically looking into your body. Yeah. And Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam, may all beings be happy, is like, that becomes the prayer then, that may all be happy and harmonious. So that's all. I think that's all our time will allow today. There are few other slides that I have, which I've not got a chance to go into, which I think we'll do it in one of our next exploring sessions. Basically, I wanted to connect the dots with Gita. So I want to go into a little bit more into what is liberation, and then what is self-transformation and self-realization. So these three terms. Self-transformation, I think we all understand, but self-realization and liberation, moksha, nirvana, the way he spoke, the way I learned from Bhagavad Gita, and some of the glimpses of few of the experiences that I've had in the past. So we'll go there next time. All right, that's all.
Thank you, Sarika, for sharing all that. Your narrator.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, guys, take care.
Thank you so much, Sarika. It was really, really beautiful and very, very enlightening. This is something on my to-do list too for years. And I am holding back just for the reason because I'm a chatty Cathy too. And I'm like that person that I need something to do. I cannot sit still. And I'm like, I'm going to be like, first day, I'm going to be running out because I can't stay quiet. So it was really amazing to hear how you have gone through the journey. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You might be surprised by yourself. I also thought myself that I'm the chatty one and won't be able to stay quiet, but I did not miss it. And take a journal, sneak in a journal. It's fine. If you will be in your own room. Another friend of mine advised me this, take a book, take a journal, don't worry, take something that is in line with this, like not a comic fiction or something, but so you can journal I had a friend who was journaling her entire day one experience, day two experience. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hi,
Sarika.
Sarika. Ruchi here.
Hey, Ruchi.
Hi. It was pleasant listening. Of course, I joined late. I have a question. मैंने वो serving part सुना. Yeah, because I like to volunteer a lot. So unless you do this 10-day Vipassana, you cannot go for volunteer work.
No. You have to first learn the technique so that you are aligned, because servers will get even lesser time. And that time, if you don't
in the meditation hall.
Yeah. So yeah, they don't even allow anybody to donate till the time you have done 7-10 day courses. That link won't be visible to you on the website for a donation.
Oh, okay. So who is the main point of contact? Goenkaji? Like when you sign up for like from here, even before doing Vipassana, you need to sign up, right? Before even you went there, right? So आपको पहले sign करना पड़ता है. So there's any point of contact or just online everything?
Yeah, everything is online, dhamma.org. So on there, so this is the Kelsey Wilka website, but yeah, if you go on the schedule on dhamma.org, you will be able to see all the courses like these 10-day, and they say like 3 days for old students. So this is how you go and apply whenever. So like you see March 1st one is women are waitlist. You can always add on the wait list. I added myself on the wait list and somebody canceled and I got in because the day they will open. So they're right, March 17, 19. The day they will open is on February 3rd. 1 घंटे में सारे spots चले जाएंगे. Everybody will just, so in 2018, this was on my to-do list कि 2018 में करना है, right before I joined JFrog 3. So and it happened that I had signed up in January for July, and in July I had a conference to attend. I had to cancel, and I was like, after that I was trying to track it down. How can I re-register? But so I started putting an alarm. The day they say that February 3rd, I would put an alarm for 6 a.m., wake up, sign up, and that's how we would get in. But now I learned that it's fine. You just add it yourself on the wait list, and most of the time people block spots and things change, schedules change.
So कितनी जल्दी खुल जाता है? Like if we plan for like 6 months from now, तो अभी खुल जाता है क्या साइन अप के लिए, या बस डाल दो और वेट लिस्ट में आ जाओगे और अपना ये मंथ डाल दो, ऐसा है क्या?
No, you have to go keep checking the website. You have to go there. When are they opening next? Which month? So all the slots are posted there, and you and on dhamma.org you can see all the Norfolk, Kelseyville. Then there is Joshua Tree Center as well.
और पहला 10 days का ही करना है, 3 days का नहीं, right? हाँ, जैसे अभी आपने बोला कि गिलरॉय में 3 दिन का खुलने वाला है, मतलब
Gilroy में center खुलने वाला है. So Gilroy is opening, and they are right now under construction. Their goal is this year end they will open up a center there. But for you, first course has to be 10 days.
It has to be 10. Okay, great. Okay, sounds good. It's really a wonderful. और ये जो Bhavatu Sabha Mangalam है, is something like same like Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, like similar. Yeah.
It's in Pali, I think. Yeah, they do a lot of Pali because that was good, the language that was there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Also, I know this session is especially for this Vipassana, but वो beautiful homes में वो जो day 25 और वो जो meditation चल रहा था, which I was not a part of because I joined so late. So what was that? वो जब भी लोगों ने complete किया ना?
Right. So
HMF.
Yeah. So basically, if you go on our Facebook page, so we have meditation challenges. So and then if you go on events, so I'll post the events. So what we do is every month we do a Trinity meditation, which is a group meditation, and I'll start recording this so that you can practice it anytime if you like. Then we do a group healing session where we all come together, and when we send healing energies to anybody who may need, and people can send requests for my mom needs healing, or my uncle needs healing, or my family member, and then we all will sit in a group meditation and we'll pass on that. There'll be guided meditation, and we'll pass healing energies.
Guided,
right.
So
and
group healings, you do some chant, some mantras when you send the healings?
No, it's a visualization exercise. Yeah. So last time I wasn't here, and Nicole did the Dr. Joe. How was the Dr. Joe experience? And maybe we can pick and choose one or the other. It's totally flexible.
It was really good.
It was
very effective, and she played the video, and it was actually very fast than what we used to do earlier. Because I have done like in all 3 healing sessions. I think all of us have done 3 only. And the first 2 were like we were doing it slowly and through meditation and all that. And then the one that Nicole did with the video, that was like really fast paced, and it was giving shivers, and so we can talk about it in detail as well.
Yeah, Dr. Joe is like that. Bang on, get in, sit down.
Yes.
Yeah, I like him.
And there was a beat that was happening, like and that was like it was giving all that right kind of an energy.
Yes. Yeah, he has really done the music.
I just checked this center which was near me, and I was just thinking, like, when you started, I thought, oh, like, it must not be here, and like, but then it is only 25 kilometers from my place. But then schedules are all booked, so the slots are booked, and so that's fine. I mean, like, I'm gonna see that, when can I get to do this.
We have signed up Mom for the March one, and Tina Didi may go in April 1. So
really
think up with them. Yeah, we just spoke about this 2 days back.
Oh wow. Oh,
Sarika, one quick, I'm so sorry interrupting. So these events are only on Facebook, or like the new one coming up, like meditations for February. Would they be the links will be on WhatsApp, our Beautiful Humans group too?
So on the WhatsApp group, there is a link, and Sunday
Huh,
8 a.m. is
huh.
the every session. So kya
Okay.
agenda hoga, you can check it on Facebook.
Huh. Oh,
Or-
okay.
but
But
yeah.
this link will be for
Yeah, Zoom
all
link
the
is the
events.
same
But
link that you've joined today.
okay. Oh, all right. The time would be also 8, but it's just about the event, what's going to happen on those Sundays. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate being part of this. Yeah.
All
I
right.
think I am
Oh, I
all
thought
good.
I was sharing my screen for some
No,
reason. I was
you were not.
sharing my
I thought that you'd Brittany, yeah, because I saw
Yeah,
you.
I was sharing dhamma.org and other screens, and I'm like, oh, nobody can see it.
No, you were not. Yeah.
All right.
So
But it's
I
easy to
want.
find. It's there on the
Yeah.
net. So it's
Actually,
easy
I
to
can
find.
share it quickly here. Yeah. So this is the dhamma.org, how it
Yes.
looks like. And then when you will go there, you will be seeing dates, when is their application starting, all of that. And then Facebook, just close the tab.
Quick question, one more, please. Is there any age group to join this Vipassana?
It's
It is
children
17
also.
17 and above.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shown teenage and children's courses as well.
Children
Many?
and teenage courses are 2 days.
Yes.
Yeah, there are, but Abhi, I think what I learned was in COVID, they paused all the children and teenage courses, but they are
Okay.
usually for 2 days. I was looking at the schedule. So don't push your child. If your child is open to this and interested in doing this, then do it. Otherwise, because it's a meditation sessions and Goenka ji talks are not very interesting. So those kids who are very much into it, or so yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. So okay, now here is where we post, Ruchi, our upcoming events.
Right.
I will be posting for February soon, so yeah.
Okay.
And then so and each, when you go into that event, you will be able to see details on that event, like kya chahiye,
Okay.
what is the topic of the
Details, but again, it will be Sundays 8 a.m. right?
Sundays 8 a.m. we are fixed
Same
on that.
link what we have on our WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp,
right?
yeah, one
Okay,
link
great.
for all the sessions.
Awesome. Yeah, one link for all. Oh, great. Thank you. I really appreciate this is so nice.
All right. Any other comments?
Bye, Sarika. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Ritika.
And I love like how you brought the meditation with you and you're practicing. So that's, I think I wanted to ask if you got something from there, but I feel you did.
Yeah, focus, I think, for sure. Like being not able to fidget. So from day 6 onwards, they make sure that 1 hour when you're sitting, you're not moving. There it seemed like a challenge, but 2-3 din mein aa jata hai wo. But now at coming back home, I don't feel like moving. Yesterday, so they have online virtual sits as well. And yesterday I joined their online virtual sit and it was there. And yeah, so I think focus to sit still and go deep, even when the chaos is happening around you, is something. Yeah.
So online virtual sit, only you can do it because you have been a part of that journey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
All
Sarika.
right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sarika.
All right.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Hey, Preeti, you
Sarika.
want to
Thank
talk?
you. Yes, I'll stay.
I'll call you. Bye. Bye,
Okay,
Preeti.
bye.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, guys.
All right,
Bye.
well, get on
Have
the
a great
call.
day.
Yeah,
Okay.